A visit with legendary trainer and driver Ray Gemmill here at Fraser Downs. It makes you realize, since his arrival here in 1976, Ray's like a walking encyclopedia when it comes to the knowledge of Fraser Downs. We recently had a chance to visit with Ray at his barn, who was recently, was about to turn 80 years old. Let's talk with Ray. We're about to look at a piece that we did a few years back. After we're done, we're going to get your thoughts on it, but let's look at this piece from way back when we saluted you then.
Yeah. Well, everybody has to come from somewhere, and I was born and raised in a little place called Cobden, about 80 miles northwest of Ottawa, and lived there for quite a number of years. I got into the racing in '57, and then I wound up in Toronto, and then Orangeville. And when Senior come out here to start the thing, he asked me to come with him. So, seemed everything he ever done turned into money, and I just said cheap horses racing at Orangeville, so I'll take a shot at it. He was 69 when we come here, and he done as much labor work as anybody till we got her built.
Opening day, it was on New Year's Day. We didn't have it paved. There was mud all over. We didn't have no windows in. We just had plywood in for the windows at the back. We had them in at the front, and we had one heck of a crowd.
First winner, a little horse called Guy Dominion. Actually, 9 of the hockey players for Vancouver Canucks bought him. Jim Richards trained him, and I drove him. So anyway, opening day, of course, the team was all out here and that, and he was in the first race, and he won. I knew shortly after I ever got started, I wasn't going to be a Keith Waples or a Herbie Felion or anything like that. I made a living, and well, I was a better trainer than a driver, put it that way.
How does one last so long in this business?
Oh, I don't know. Lucky, I guess. Lots ups and downs, mind you. You know, it hasn't always been great. Lots of times I lived in tackroom hotel, and I didn't have this place. Oh, we've done pretty good. We've done pretty good. I got a plaque on the wall there in the other room in '91, I think. It says my training average was 569. That's pretty high.
You've had some pretty good horses. Just name a few, like Winning Cheers, for example.
Oh, he was a great horse. He was a little hard to drive. He used to bear in bad on the turns and stuff, and he wouldn't wear anything to keep him straight, like a lot. You know, they'll wear a big burr head pole or something. You put anything on him, he'd just go to the first turn and make a break. So, you know, you just drove him this way and that way, but he could go fast and he made a lot of money. And then after him, what did we get? Clover Camella, I guess. As you know, she could leave 100 miles an hour, but she never was going to get parked, and you could drive her with 10 pounds pressure in either line. She was just perfect. I used to, back east before I come out here, one time I raced 8 or 9, but mostly we just kept 5 or 6.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know, I don't want a whole bunch. First of all, I don't think I can do the horses justice. You can't get them in where they belong. You wind up with too many. So to get them raced, you got this guy, you got to put him in too tough, and so on. That's the way I look at it. And I'm not smart enough to race 20 of them. It keeps me busy trying to keep 7 or 8 fit and ready to go. Breeding is the big thing. It used to be like they'd be out of a registered stallion, but half of the mares didn't even have the regular papers. They were non-standard, they called them. Like today, the horses are pretty well natural. Like they're born to trot or they're born to pace. When I started, half of the ones we raced, they were what we called manufactured paces. You know, you'd have the hobbles about this long and hobble burns on them this deep to get them to pace. And like I see lots of people here, maybe I just have it, but they jog with no check on, you know, and the horse is head down. I never jogged with one down. Because years ago with these manufactured things, they'd stumble, eh? So if you didn't have the checkup, you went ass over tea kettle. And there was lots of equipment smashed and guys got hurt like that. But if they had the check on, you can generally pick them up before they tilted. But most years we do pretty good. I'm always second to Billy, but or third or whatever. But I'm kind of lucky. I'll have to stick this in this week. From the first of the year till now, my training average is 4:44 and Billy's 4:40. So I'm 4 points ahead of him for a week. Won't last long, but anyway. I really shouldn't be worried about it too much. I won't be around that much longer anyway. But
Ray, after looking at the piece, what do you think? First of all, with the winning percentage you talked about.
oh, it was great. And you got to appreciate it because it always tilts. Right now, I don't have much power. You got to have power to win. But anyway, I'm not about to get any new ones now. I don't know, I can't do much more. Now I go down and I jog and I train, but as far as doing any work, if I get down, I can't get up, so I just stay up. So anyway, it's got awful tough here. There's horses racing now for 4,000 claimers, 6,000 claimers. They were 25,000, 15 a year ago. And when we had to take the big purse cut, everybody just kept dropping them down. So, well, I'll drop mine down. So you drop yours down, everybody else drop down with you. So it's pretty tough.
At the end of that piece, you happen to say, I don't know how long I'm going to be around. Well, you're still around.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, I thought it was pretty near done then, but I don't know, not much worse.
Well, you're 80, and we just want to say congratulations once again, because you're a hell of a guy.
I appreciate it. And I've had a good go. I'm not, this last year was no good, but that's beside the point.
Ups and downs.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs before that. The older you get, the harder they are to take, that's all. Because it's hard to bounce back.